Yeah, it's so different in every country in Africa, you know, depending on who was the colonial power. And there's a lot sort of written about, you know, the Portuguese colonies, the British colonies, the French colonies. And so I can only really speak for South Africa. But, I mean, unfortunately, even the phenomenon of Jacob Zuma, it's a legacy of the kind of damage that was done under a colonial system and then a system of apartheid, which I wouldn't call colonial because it was indigenous and then it was, you know, Afrikaner based. But the rise of nationalism Afrikaner nationalism in the 40s in South Africa, which then led to the system of apartheid, came directly out of a colonial system where you know, the British were just absolutely, actually treated the white Afrikaners as second-class citizens. And as a result, I think, of that humiliation, sort of similar to, you know, Hitler and Germany and the humiliation of the First World War, then leading to this rise of a kind of fascism, I think was a very similar situation in South Africa. So colonialism actually led to this rise of Afrikaner nationalism, which then created apartheid. And now, you know, for decades and decades and generations, the way that apartheid just pulled apart the fabric of South African society, that kind of damage, I don't know if you ever overcome that. And if we now, after, you know, being so close to really trying to just make it as a country and keep it together, that's why this phenomenon of Zuma sort of bothers me so much, because I actually think it's the beginning of the end for South Africa as we know it as a democratic institution.